This is it, what? Fettuccine with the team, we getting lit, what? Got it rolled up, now who really tryna hit one? Puff, puff, then we pass, then we pass, then we pass. This is it, what? Fettuccine with the team,
we back.
What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
How's it going? How's it hanging?
It's going delicious right now.
Is it?
It is.
I see you, you know what I'm saying? I like your sweatshirt and all that.
I got it from this designer.
It's kind of cute,
He
actually.
high, you know what I'm saying? He chilling.
Okay.
I fuck with him too.
Okay, I mean, my shit ain't too bad
Oh
either.
shit,
Like,
you got the same one?
if that's what we gonna do,
Really?
If that's what we gonna do, we acting up. What's good, y'all? We back. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. This is like a little special edition. So it's 2022. We done brought y'all the new abbreviated platform, 30 minutes every week. You know what I'm saying? But now we got the lounge. We haven't done one of these in a minute. It's your man, EarthTone.
And your man, the real Peasy.
And it's the Herbal Tea Podcast. And we are in the lounge. And we got a very, very special guest.
Right.
Well, this is someone we kind of been
Chasing down, hunting down.
for a minute. He been chasing us down. The timing hasn't been working. We had to
Right.
write for the, you know, coordination. You got to coordinate these things.
He
You know
wanted
what
to
I'm
come to
saying?
the platform, and then we had to go hunt him down.
And then he got super
He's
busy
been around.
out here moving and shaking.
You know what I'm saying?
But we're going to get into all of that. The one and only, Mr. Chad Bailey. ladies and
Chad
gentlemen.
Bailey, make some noise.
Yeah.
Bra-ta-ta-ta.
This bitch, I've been waiting. Like, what? This is like the 46th
Wow.
episode.
It
like,
is 46.
Something like
TH,
that.
like, no.
Yeah.
That's a little bit too much, but I've been waiting my ass off to be here. So
We're definitely
listen.
glad to have you here. Definitely
Absolutely.
Finally able to sit down, have a little talk.
Absolutely.
about
We're going
all
to make
the
it
things
well
you're doing.
worth the wait, but we ain't
Period.
going to wait too much longer. We're going to get right into it. So what we trying to find out? What we want to know?
All right, so the first thing I want to know is, okay, you.
I'm bracing myself because like not too many people ask me good questions. So
Oh shit. Is he trying to put the pressure on
I'm
us?
definitely putting the
Pressure.
pressure. So let's
Is he
see
trying
what
to
it
put the
is.
pressure
He
on
putting
us?
the pressure on. He putting the pressure.
Am I supposed to be sweating right now?
I want that
Bacardi in
pressure.
me. I got
Because
Bacardi
it's
in me,
warm
so
in here, but I ain't
With that
sweating.
pressure.
I'm gonna be very honest because I got my Bacardi in me. So
That's all we ask.
All right,
Let's go.
All right, so we're gonna start off like this.
Sure.
Immigrant from Jamaica. What was some of the biggest challenges? Talk about that coming to New York City. You fresh from the island. Now you in New York. Talk about some of the challenges you went through.
I think one of my biggest challenge was, and this is something that really annoyed the fuck out of me. Like when I got here, my accent was so thick. Like the accent was really, really thick. So people literally asked me, like, what did you say? Repeat that like over and over again. That shit used to drive me crazy.
Wow.
So that used to be one of the biggest things that I had a problem with. But yeah, other than that, like moving here at 19 without family, I went straight into like this whole financial stress because obviously I don't know nobody here and I don't have a job, so I had to figure all that shit out. So it was definitely different not knowing anywhere, not knowing anyone, or really just having to navigate by myself. Like it was at 19, that shit in New York City is a lot. It's a lot.
I can only imagine. I remember being, around that same age and not being ready to come to New York, and I grew up across the river.
In Jersey.
Yeah. So kind of talk about those 2 years before you met Bugs, before you started, Pink Gorilla. How was that time, acclimating to a new environment? You know what I'm saying? Where did you live? How did you, what programs did you stumble upon that helped you along your way? Like, how did you get through that time?
Oh, you asking the good questions, okay. But when I just moved here, I had met this dude on Facebook. He's one of the persons who like really convinced me to move. He's like, come stay with me till you get on your feet. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. Somebody's trying to help.
Shit,
okay,
thanks.
So I moved over here, stayed with him for probably like 2 weeks, and he's like, if we're not having sex, it has no reason for you to stay here. And it was out of the blue. So I'm like, okay, I know the type of person that I am. I'd rather be homeless and hungry than have somebody have something over me. So
he gave you like an ultimatum.
He gave me like an ultimatum. He's like, either we're gonna be fucking or you're gonna be going out on the streets. And at that point, I'm not gonna lie, I still have my morals together and my, my views and different shit together. So I was like, I'm not doing this. I'd rather go out there, figure it out. I left this house in like 2 days, and I went to this another dude's house that I knew from Facebook. His house was just completely disgusting. it was not even mice. It was rats in his apartment. His bed was wet all the time. Like his whole apartment was crazy. And I realized that, bitch, I can't even do this. I couldn't even do it for 2 days. So I started going out, just hanging out with people, just making friends, going to different programs. I went to ACS. I don't remember where, but I just started going different places. I know people had like programs and doing different shit, so I can meet people and like give my services and help out if I needed to.
Yeah.
And that's how I really like going to different organizations. That's how I made friends, and I met my best friend Raymond. He lives in the Bronx, and he was just like, we were in a group one day together. We had just met, and he's like, after hearing my story, he's like, I'm gonna make it my duty to help you, and he actually stuck to it. Like Raymond helped me get everything, like get connected to where I got my Social Security.
Wow.
People who gonna help me like with my immigration stuff.
Yeah.
Like he helped me get connected to every single thing that I needed. And even now, he's still my best friend. Like, we see him all the time. Like, we talk every day. And it's like, I'm grateful that I met him because he's the main person that got me focused.
Wow.
Gave me a roof over my head and meals when I didn't have shit. So I really appreciated that. But I wasn't the type of person to just sit there and take that and to be like, okay, I'm comfortable. Even though I was getting meals and shit, I made sure every single day I got up, I went to Harlem. I walked to because I didn't have a Social Security at the time, and I wasn't able to legally work, so I had to walk to every restaurant in Harlem and ask for a job until somebody said yes, and be like, I'm gonna hire you off the books.
Yeah.
And that's what I did every single time until they had to fire me because, you know, like the health inspector or somebody comes and we gotta show like certain shit.
Right.
So I would basically have a job for like 3 months and then get fired because I don't have my Social Security, and I had to find another one. So it was always something, but I didn't lose focus on what I needed to, do. Because I'm in New York. Like if I'm being homeless in New York with no money, no job.
Exactly. And that's why I asked, like, how was that time? Because, it sounds glamorous. It's like, all right, great. I'm from Jamaica. I see New York on TV. It looks glamorous. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Great. But once you get there, like, how the fuck do you actually make it?
Exactly.
And you gotta know that it's gonna be some trying times that you're gonna have to get through. Yep. And it's a certain characteristics and resilience that you gotta have to make it through that. And everybody don't have that. So the fact that you made it through that, where you ended up kinda makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kinda found your way through and give us the update on Pink Gorilla. What's up with the roster? Any new things on the horizon? What's going on with that?
So Pink Gorilla, honestly, since September, damn near almost everyone on Pink Gorilla is on a reality show.
Wow.
So I've been filming, Tia's been filming. Bugs don't fuck with that shit. He's done with reality show.
Been there, done that.
Wow.
But Rico's been filming for the Circle Atlanta.
Same.
So it's just like everyone's been filming, so it hasn't. We had to take a little break from like the music aspect itself, so we can get the footage and all that shit out of the way.
Yep.
Now we can finally focus on music again. So Rico's releasing his album, hopefully in May. But it depends on the show, because he's on the show on Chasing Atlanta, so we're coordinating with that. Tia has a project that should be coming out, but Tia is also on a reality show too that's going to be on TV. I can't really announce her. So that,
some new shit. We can't get the exclusive.
But she's been filming and she's been doing that, so she hasn't. We're planning everything around everyone's like release and stuff. So. Right now, Pink Gorilla is really on some like low-key creating content and releasing shit as it comes.
Nice.
Dope.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you have another venture that you began not too long ago, 4-9 Visuals. Did we get that right?
Yeah, 4-9 Visuals. That's my production company. So,
Gotcha. As
y'all know, I've been doing photography. I've been creative directing for years, but I never actually thought that I would. I didn't think that I would have like an entity or like I could have done something like that. Like, I have my production company.
Yeah.
But it took a little while for me to realize that, bitch, I could actually do this shit. So I started it, and ever since I started 4-9 Visuals, I've been working nonstop. And the shit is crazy. Like when people really see you taking your shit seriously, they respond to you in a whole different way.
That part, like that's the like how you said you never thought that you could do it until you thought that you could do it,
Exactly.
and then you did it,
And then you did it.
and now once you do it, other people see it and they're like, okay, we want to be a part of that. Like we want to. That's ill. That's
The thing is, people. I love it because people support. Like when we started Pink Gorilla Entertainment, it was literally nobody having a record label. Like there was no LGBT record label. So it's like even if there's a record label that comes after us and do amazing, we're not gonna feel no way because we set the tone. We set the foundation for it to actually happen. Because I remember when like there was a lot of LGBT artists out, but everyone would just seem so confused. Like people didn't know.
just out there.
Yeah, they're just out there. They don't know how to really create a content. They don't really how to have like a fucking like context or a structure to their artistry and shit like that. So like us starting that, like it really made like a lot of the young people that's coming up look at it and be like, okay, bitch, this is how you do shit. And I'm seeing it.
It's some real. It's infrastructure. Like you think about mainstream artists, the main record labels, they have this whole infrastructure set in place. We don't have that for queer artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
At
So
all.
it's like we're kind of out here figuring it out, winging it. Everybody's independent.
Exactly.
It's the wild, wild west. So
Yeah. You know, talk about some of your inspiration. What inspired you to put us in like that throwback bar, like kind of like a 50s vintage type situation? What went through your mind? What's some of your inspirations?
I feel like doing that music video for y'all, it wasn't a sense like I'm doing this music video because y'all had something to prove. That's already been said. Y'all already proved what y'all need to prove, okay? For me, it was more of this younger generation that's coming in with hip-hop, with LGBT hip-hop, and how they view the people who was before them. That's how I was thinking.
Nice. See.
Because at the end of the day, like, I could have sat there and give y'all a concept, put y'all in some new urban clothes.
Yeah.
Like, make y'all look like dressed
Mad
young
regular.
as
The
fuck.
typical.
Yeah, like typical that you'll see in the next music video, but it's like just embracing the classicness of everything that y'all do was something that I personally had to focus on.
That's hard.
Because it's the hardest thing. Like if when you know an artist, if you're working with an artist, if you see their shit before, like right then and there you should be like, bitch, I gotta do something better than this, but at the same time I gotta keep it authentic. So that's what I was focused on. Y'all already proved what y'all needed to prove.
Yeah.
Y'all probably didn't even need to have this music video. But
That shit.
You know,
We love that
we-
fucking shit.
we-
And then like,
we
but
wanted
the
to
fact
do
that you
it, for
said
sure.
like, you know, like proving what you needed to prove and having a vintage feel already. Even a sample, like it's like a vintage. We sample like a vintage theme show.
Yeah,
So
we just sampled
a
the
theme song from
Jeffersons.
the Jeffersons. So
Jeffersons, yeah.
it all came together.
It all fit.
So you talked about that inspiration and, you know, kind of almost being a mentor or a leader in that sorts for an up and coming community that, you know, didn't have the resources at a certain point, and now the tide is shifting, things are turning, and you kind of at the forefront of that, especially for, you know, a younger generation. What kind of advice do you give, bringing it back to, you know, you and Bugs, to other couples out there that's thinking about tying a knot?
as it pertains to like tying a knot, I would say like, my nigga, take it seriously. Like if you feel like you are not ready, don't do it. Like for me, like
You told him that?
no, like I mean like in general, I'm telling everybody else.
Okay.
Because you know like people, we be in this gay world, like we be in a relationship for 2 years and we'll be like, okay, it lasts
It's time.
2 years,
Yeah.
it's time.
It must be right.
You must be right because we ain't break up in 6 months.
That's
But-
crazy.
That's how it is though.
Those the metrics?
That's how it is.
That's where the bar is for us. Pretty low.
That's
pretty
crazy.
low.
But the thing is, it's like, for us, it was more of like, I already know what you bring to the table. I already know what I bring to the table. We know what we can do. We love each other. We care for each other. You my best friend. I'm your best friend. Why not? It wasn't based on some, okay, we're together and we have to take this so much more seriously. And we
fairy tale
It
type
wasn't
shit.
like, I'm not here for the fairy tale shit. Like, keep that shit all the way over there. Like, people be sitting there thinking that we probably be like, okay, let's be the best couple goals ever. Like, bitch, we try to wake up every morning, and we try to eat, and we try to go to work and then go to sleep. That's it. Bitch, I don't have time to focus on all that shit.
I heard you.
You will get what you get and you see what you see. Because real relationships are not like that. And a lot of people right now, especially in this gay world, like they get into relationships because it's gonna look cute on social media, or because y'all gonna look cute doing a TikTok.
Talk about it.
And it'd be crazy to me, like, and y'all be doing TikToks for a whole year, but arguing when the video turns off. And it's like, why?
I'm glad you said that. So speaking on that, give me the best part of being married, and then the most challenging aspect, as far as from your perspective.
The best part of being married for me is the security. Like, I think it's secure for me, like, he ain't gonna go nowhere. At the end of the day, like, he can go out there, he can fuck anyone, do whatever the fuck he doing, and come right back in this house. He minds. You know, that's it. The security for me is everything. Like, I love that. The down,
But I got him all the time.
but
See.
the downfall for me is being that I'm 25 and he's 40. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm like catering to a relationship when at this time I could be like traveling, doing different things,
Ripping and running, shooting and gunning,
going crazy, building connections and shit. So that's just me being honest. And he knows that shit too. I said the same the other day. Like, if I wasn't with you, I probably would have been in Cali right now, fucking some nigga, making sure that I can get some music videos done in Cali.
That's some real shit. And then how do you find a balance? So that's where it kind of, that's where you got to
Is that something that you would say that you regret, or was that something that when you put yourself in, like, imagining the alternative, is that something that you sometimes think about and long for, or is it just like, nah, I'm good, like where we at right now is good?
I don't regret it, and I don't have resentment because he's not the type of person to, like, keep me locked up. You can't go there, you can't do this. You got this type of rule, you got that type of rule. This nigga know what the fuck I'm doing. He knows I'm out here trying to make a name for myself. He know I'm out here trying to do business and all that.
Trust.
At the end of the day, for real, if you find out that I fuck some nigga, you best know that I'm not fucking this nigga for free.
Come on. Pussy ain't for free.
And if I'm fucking this nigga for free, I'm getting something out of it. It's either I'm getting some type of connection.
no free poom poom.
I'm getting some type of connections or something.
Okay.
Like, like something. Like for me right now in my life, whatever the situation may be, I'm very focused on where I'm going, and I'm very focused on what I need to do. And bitch, if I need to get to this bag so my man can get to this bag, my man gonna get to this bag too.
Love it. Okay. You're kind of, I would say, recent to the ballroom scene. How has that journey been for you? How was your first time walking in a ball compared to, where you at now, to running the pre-show for one of the most consistent, ballroom nights in New York City? Like, how has that journey been?
It's been amazing. I can honestly say that shit been dope. Cause like, I put on this whole face in front of everybody. Like, when it comes down to my confidence for a long time been fucked up. It really have been. It took me moving to the United States to love myself for who I am. Not only just me being gay, but for my skin, just myself.
Wow, yeah.
I used to literally hate myself, my nose, my lips, everything, my skin tone, everything. So like, to start ballroom and to see how people really, people accept you. Like, it's literally free range for you to do what the fuck you want to do and showcase yourself and express yourself. People respond to me really, really well. I've only walked probably 3 balls, and it's crazy that people even know me or like, that should be weird.
Ringing bells.
They be weird, but I appreciate it. But again, like, when it comes down to OTA mixed with ballroom, me managing the pre-show, that's also me networking and people know me in the ballroom scene. When I started, I knew no one. I didn't ask for much. I didn't expect much. But at the end of the day, people accept me. And people make me feel like I'm somebody, like, just by doing ballroom. Coming from where I'm coming from, there was nothing. There was no event. There was no group. There was nothing where I felt like this person could see me and see the true me. And ballroom gives me that. Even though I haven't run a ball yet, I'm praying for it in the future. But I'm showing my creative side, especially when it comes down to sex hiring, which is a category that I walk. Like people automatically expect sex hiring to be just a sexy guy.
What is it? What's the
sex siren?
Sex tyrant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it's like people just automatically expect you to be in some sexy underwear, showing off your dick and your ass.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's not what I want it to be. I want it to be me showcasing my creativity, and throughout all that, you can see through the sexiness. You can see whatever the fuck you need to see. But first of all, you're gonna see what I'm bringing to the table. I'm not just gonna walk up, just regular plain underwear.
Go ahead and revolutionize the whole category.
I'm gonna be in effects. I'm gonna be covered in body paint. I'm gonna be having wings. I'm gonna be in gold. Like I'm gonna be doing something. Like I'm not just gonna walk up regular. So people I promise you, in the next 10 years, when I become legendary for this shit, people are gonna remember me for being the sex siren who stepped out of the box and tried different things.
Dope.
That's what's up. That's great that like you talked a little bit about that journey, about getting into the ballroom scene and how that boosted a little bit of your confidence in yourself. And I saw in your documentary that you just put out, amazing documentary.
Thank you.
And you were talking about a little bit more about the pride of just showing your body and being that. If ballroom did that, were there any other factors? Like, what was that journey like, getting to that space where you're proud of your body, you show it off, and I mean, you got body. Come on.
Listen, it literally took a while, because I had encountered this thing where I just fell out of love with modeling. It felt a little bit watered down. It felt like everyone could just hop on Instagram and be like, I'm a fucking model, without taking it seriously. And I felt like I was just doing this shit for just for no reason.
Yeah, for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I was doing magazines and different shit for no reason, because our next Instagrammer or our next Instagram model could just go on Facetune or Face app, do the whole thing, create a whole magazine cover and say, okay, this is me and this is a magazine I'm out, even though it wasn't an actual magazine. You know what I mean? So people have been doing that. So I fell out of love with modeling, because I felt like the passion was just not there no more. People watered the shit down. And then again, I had encountered something with a photographer where I've never worked with him before. He had a reputation, but I didn't, I judged off of my experience. And this was the first photographer to be like, well, we gonna have to fuck on scene, or it was just so weird.
Mad abrupt.
Yo, this nigga hit me up and he's like, he wanted to do a photo shoot with me. Hit me up for a photo shoot with me, and then he said he canceled the photo shoot because he found out that I had a boyfriend.
Wow.
And I'm like,
wow.
My nigga, so we fucked up this whole thing because you wanted to do something on the. Now I'm actually happy I didn't show up.
But if that's your game, like, why not just go on like a dating app? Just like, all right, this is what I'm looking for.
Because
like, why
it's
set up
I
the
think
whole
it's the fetish for some people.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It's the fetish for some people, and the thing about having somebody who is so in need of photos that they'll let you stuff their dick on the photos. And
that's that sub dom control.
My nigga,
they into all of that shit.
And y'all knew me, like it's a photo shoot.
B.
Like
that's wild.
It's a photo shoot. For me, a photo shoot, I can do a photo shoot whenever I want to do a photo shoot. So for me to feel like I have to come on set and do something, like, no, it's not gonna happen. On top of it, my nigga, you ugly as fuck. like you ugly as fuck.
Those are the thirstiest ones.
Come on, but so bold and extra. Like, no.
And then he did it to like 5 more models that I know, and he did it a couple months ago to one of my closest friends. That he was supposed to do a whole photo shoot for his underwear campaign. And this nigga canceled the photo shoot because he wanted to do something.
Wow.
And my friend was like, no, and he was like, fuck you. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's so that made me fall out of love with modeling. And I was just like, you know what, I have to find a new love for my body, and then I have to find a new love for the art of modeling again, which is why I took the whole year off to just focus on my shit, put all the energy into other people.
Sometimes that's what you need, you know? You gotta rejuvenate.
Exactly, which is
Reset.
why this year I came back so hard, because I'm like, bitch, if a whole year off, I'm ready.
Okay.
We're gonna do a slight pivot. So we talked about modeling, but word on the street is you got circumcised as an adult. You want to talk about that?
Bitch, what?
I mean, that's kind of crazy. Like, you don't come across too many adults.
Okay, so y'all
Not too many.
That's
y'all
like,
not too many.
So y'all really investigated these questions.
I mean,
Okay.
we don't. This is first of all, this is the Herbal Tea Lounge.
Period.
I don't know what you thought.
This might
already-
be one of my favorite interviews.
This was, but we not playing around. We want to get to. It's the lounge. We
gonna
chilling. We just
dig.
kicking.
We
it,
are
you know what I'm
chilling.
saying? It's
We'll
like
light the blunt then.
we
'cause
sit.
I need a puff.
Nothing
Say-
is off limits.
say
Going to
less.
circumcision.
You got the other
Please,
blunt?
you see the sign. What it say?
Open.
Come on, man. Stop.
We are open for business, ladies and gentlemen. So
can't.
get out of here. So
So walk us through the experience.
Right.
Like,
Oh my God.
what was the recovery
and
like?
what was the motivation? Like why? Like why so late?
I feel like low key y'all.
Did it hurt?
One of y'all trying to get a surgery done, but it don't happen.
What?
Oh no, I'm shit.
I'm circumcised.
Wait.
You couldn't even get it out.
Wait.
I'm circumcised.
Hold on. Sometimes it get a little hotter in here than expected, but everything is still on the cool. Don't play.
So before I answer this question, are you guys circumcised?
I am. I'm circumcised. Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh shit.
Oh, so you're trying to?
Yo, this is half and half. Come on, half and half.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yo, here we
See,
go.
he pegged you. He
Here
caught
we
you. He
go.
caught you
You
out.
didn't catch shit because I'm good. I'm good.
I know you're gonna. I know it's fine. It's a herbal tea.
All right,
podcast.
yeah, because
listen,
human me. If I was,
Listen, let me just say this. I've never heard this explained.
Ever.
No. So
I'm asking for a
this
friend
is
of
the
a
first for
friend.
me.
So what's
Yeah.
going on?
So I decided to get circumcised because it was one of my insecurities too. So before moving here, I never had a problem with it. Never had a problem with
Wow.
it. Never had a problem with it until I moved
Really?
when I moved to New York. So many guys turned me down because I was circumcised.
Wow.
Because I was
Really?
circumcised. A lot.
Wow.
And I felt so bad because on top of it, because like I'm not the type to like I wasn't the biggest bottom for me, I'm the type of person like I like bottoming probably once, twice a month if it happens.
yeah.
If I don't have to, I'm fine, but I get it when I get it. But when it comes down to me getting my dick sucked and me topping, like I'm ready and I'm
New
ready.
York. That's what we do in New York.
Yes.
Listen.
Wow.
Listen, these are the questions that I'm
You
asking.
see, because I didn't know this, so you uncovering shit.
Yep.
I didn't know the consensus.
I mean,
People in New York make you feel so
I see
bad.
what you did there, uncovering.
I can't.
I mean, it's subtle. If you know, you know. Like, it's subtle, so you might not catch it.
So out here in New York, y'all want cut dicks. All right.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
they
Like the
they
drag
made me feel
queen,
like
is he
shit.
uncut?
They made me feel like a lot of people made me feel like shit when I just moved here about having an uncircumcised dick, and it's crazy because like when you know that moment when you're on Jack, and you know you talking for a little while, you know.
I've
The
never been
first
on
you're like
You get to the
we obviously
deciding moment.
attracted. We obviously
Yeah.
attracted. Now it's time to send pictures.
It's like, all right, what we doing? Yeah.
Now it's time to send pictures.
Yeah.
Now when I send the picture, bitches be like, I don't do uncircumcised. And sometimes to be blocked. Like I get blocked. Wow. Literally. And then I met Bugs and I was with Bugs for a while. We were in a relationship for 2 or 3 years. And then all of a sudden this nigga finally confessed. You know, I'm not really a big fan of your uncircumcised dick.
What?
And I was sitting there, the whole time I was thinking that, okay, this nigga likes it, you know, finally.
Wow.
Because he didn't suck dick much. Never liked sucking dick much. Then he finally admitted that was the reason why he didn't like sucking dick much. So knowing me, bitch, I need my dick sucked. So bitch, if after 2 or 3 years of hardly getting my dick sucked, bitch, I was ready.
Holy
Like I am ready to get my dick sucked. So obviously I got a surgery done. I went on Valentine's Day actually, so it's almost the anniversary. I'm thinking about having a circumcision party.
Wow. Wait.
I got it done on Valentine's Day.
Oh, so like an anniversary type, like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this will be I think this will be the second year.
Wait, did you plan that to happen? How did that land? On Valentine's Day? That's crazy. That's hard though.
My doctor said that. My doctor said that was the available date that they had, and at the time Corona was kicking in.
Right.
So I was like, bitch, if I'm gonna be in the house, I'm gonna be in the house. So, so I got it done, and that shit was, I can honestly say, it was one of the easiest procedures I've ever had done, because you stay awake for it.
Really?
So you stay awake for it. They inject you in your penis and your balls probably 25 times. Wow. Yeah, literally like 25 times.
What are they injecting?
So it can numb it, like, so it can be numb.
But 25 though? Like, they can't just hit you with one shot?
It was definitely about 20 or over 20 times.
But you felt the 25 injections?
I felt every single shot. But it was like a little quick prick, because the needle wasn't that thick, so it was like, I got injected like 20 times. It got numb. Okay, it got numb, and then you just felt tugging, like you don't feel shit. The whole time they cutting and doing all that, you don't feel nothing. You just feel tugging, like somebody pulling on your skin like this.
Damn.
That's all it feels like, no pain. Yo, after I moved, I'm like, okay, before the doctor moved, I'm like, is it pretty? That was my only question. Is it pretty or not?
Is it pretty?
Is it pretty or not? And there was a female nurse, and she was like, it was really pretty. I'm like,
wow.
Okay.
She gave you the sound of approval? That's crazy.
She gave me my approval. I was good, baby.
Okay.
So I stood up. My whole dick was wrapped up. Went home. They were like, 48 hours. After 48 hours, it's just, you have to take out the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Took it off after 2 days. Was bleeding out.
Wow. See?
First of all, I was pissing. You had to stay in your own pee for 2 days, because you're in the Band-Aid. So if you want to pee, like, you're peeing in the whole thing. So it's just soaked for 2 days. You're just gonna be sitting in your pee, just standing over the toilet and hoping that most of it can come out.
You gotta pee through the bandages?
Gotta pee through the bandages and stay in the wet ass bandage for 2 days.
Oh my God.
Bro, when I finally took that bandage off, I remember it was a Sunday. I finally took that bandage off, and I was standing in the bathroom. It was just blood running out of my dick.
Oh my God.
I literally had to scream for bugs to come in there, because I was passing out. Because I'd never seen my dick bleed before. So like I was falling, about to fall.
Oh my God.
And I had to hold shit over it so the bleeding could stop. And basically you just have to sleep like this.
Oh,
for like
okay.
For a couple months.
Give me the time.
Like
a couple months?
Probably like a month or two. You gotta sleep like this.
You see this shit?
Baby, that shit was hard. That was one of the most hard.
If I wasn't circumcised, you know what I'd be? I'd be like,
it's pretty though.
We're not doing it. If you ain't trying to suck on the uncircumcised dick, then
I'm sure it is. It better be, because
that's a lot to go through. As an adult.
I wouldn't ask somebody to go
as an adult human being.
Bitch, I would be like, if you really, really need this.
Listen, you better appreciate this shit.
Yo, if you really need this, do it. But like, if you don't, like, bitch, it's all right.
So you wouldn't recommend it?
I wouldn't recommend it to somebody who can't handle it and somebody who don't need it. If you did you go through
any kind of preparation? Like, is there coaching? Is there consultation?
No, it was no coaching.
Is
it was like you show up, you get your skin cut off, and that's it.
So you're about to get your foreskin cut off. We want to prepare you for that. We're just gonna numb you 25 tiny little needles.
Wow.
And let you not see it. There's a whole fucking curtain over half of your body, yo.
Oh, it's one of those type of porns.
That shit is. I mean, if the doctor had sucked it, I wouldn't feel it though.
Yeah. See. All right. Well, the conclusion is it's pretty now.
It's
so you know what I'm saying? He went through it.
Because beauty is pain.
Wouldn't recommend it if you was a slight of the heart, faint of heart.
The stitches definitely pop the day after.
Oh yeah, they the butterfly
joints. You wake
joints.
up hard, like my nigga. You wake up hard. So like the stitches was popping.
That's too much. It was.
Like,
you know what? We did ask for it.
We did.
I didn't
It's
know
a
what
lot.
I was asking for.
I'm here for all of it. Every last one.
I know I never heard that explained quite
Me neither.
descriptively.
Me neither. So my friend, I'm about to tell my friend what it is. So thank you for all of it.
Well, they gonna know. Hopefully, we gonna make. This gonna be a clip. This is gonna be a specific
alone.
highlight clip.
All
It's
right.
gonna be like one of those little 30-second clips
Bitch,
where it's
don't-
like
if you get
people just gonna be like,
if you get circumcised, don't be alone. Cause bitch, if you're alone, you're gonna pass out on yourself.
Well,
multiple times.
all right. Well, hopefully.
All right.
Hopefully, listen. Hopefully, if it was worth it.
It was definitely worth it, baby.
There we go.
Sure it is.
There we go.
Look at how refreshed
All right, so we not gonna keep you too much longer because we know you're a busy man. You know what I'm saying? You out here running around, you shooting this, you running that, you orchestrating this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Foreskin cut off.
It's a lot going on.
Yes.
So what we got for him?
All right.
some more pressure.
So I'm gonna, we're gonna wrap it up like this. Unfortunately, I wanted to ask because you went through a little of a tragedy. You had a little bit of a house fire.
Okay.
Well, not a little bit. I mean, that's not like you had a lot of community support. You know what I'm saying? How did that feel? For you and Bugs going through all of that. How did y'all work through all of that? And how good did it feel to get that kind of support?
It felt good. Honestly, it felt good because the apartment, because you already know we had 2 apartments. So the apartment that burned down, that was like all of our studio equipment and lighting equipment and everything that we really literally invested our money in, like there. And the whole apartment itself didn't burn down, but it was a smoke damage and the water damage and the firefighters coming into the apartment. They can't see nothing.
Yeah.
So they were. When I tell you, they were
Reckless.
The lights,
Reckless.
Yo, the lights was just.
Yeah.
The whole shit was fucked up. So at the end of it, I literally cried because I was like, my nigga, we just spent thousands of dollars on these fucking lights and the studio equipment. Like,
oh man,
what's happening?
Oh my God.
But we got a lot of help from the community. We got a lot of help from the Citizen app. The Citizen app actually came. They did a whole interview with me.
Word.
Yeah, they viewed the apartment and they recorded it.
Wow.
They have a live broadcast every day, something like a news channel too. And also the employees and the people that goes to nowadays, the club nowadays, they did the most. Like they put
that
in.
is what's up.
So I want to say thank you.
Shout out to nowadays. Shout out to
Yeah, thank you nowadays, and thank you to Citizen app because they really went in.
Oh my God.
They really,
Shout out
really
to
went
that,
in.
man. Look at the city coming together.
And all the
times
equipment
of
that we
need.
got fucked up, we were able to order back. And so it was like, it was the perfect thing. We were able to order it. But so now they're still renovating the apartment. We cleaned. I'm using the apartment as a photo studio again, but it's still some cleaning to do because the walls black.
Wow, a whole fire. But y'all still have the place, and that's
And
good.
at least you were able to bounce back, and that wasn't your primary, form of residence.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody was hurt. So
And the
it was
crazy
like,
thing is that Bugs was supposed to be there that night.
Ay.
Because we went to our friend's house for dinner and we were like tired of shit. And it was like, Bugs was like, should I still go there? And I'm like, no. Let's go home and not go there because Bugs was gonna go there to do something the next morning. And he didn't. And then my friend from the Bronx called me. He was like, his friend called him from Brooklyn. It was like, my apartment is on fire. And I'm like, huh? So I went on the Citizen app and I saw the video that my apartment was on fire.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
That is amazing. Wow. What a story, what a journey, what a man, what a person, what a human being.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot over these past few years. It's been, a hell of a journey since you've landed in New York City. What's next for Chad Bailey?
Whatever is to come, to be honest. My year has already started out great, even though it started out good and bad, but it's like I don't look at the bad as bad because I'm just like, so I had actually had this great opportunity. So I was supposed to do a music video for Khalees, right?
Wait, Milkshake Khalees?
Yeah, Milkshake Khalees.
Whoa.
See?
So I had got the opportunity and sent her the treatment and everything. They were in love with it. Her team and everybody was in love with it. But I think it was a reason she didn't choose me because, I think she didn't choose me because I've never done like a big mainstream music video before. So being that she's coming back out, I know she probably wanted to use somebody who was more experienced. But bitch, what I was about to do with this lady would have been everything. So the fact that my year started out like that with an opportunity like that.
Somebody looking for you like that of her
bro.
caliber, and she ain't dropped music in a minute, so this is her comeback.
Yo,
first of all,
and she saw my treatment.
That's the big
and
part.
she said
That's
that
the
she
big
was
part.
in love with it.
that part.
That right there, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep going. My thing is like, I look at the VMAs as a big inspiration growing up. That's what I watch. Every time I do a music video, I'd be like, is the VMAs worthy? That's how I think when I'm doing a music video.
I love it.
So for me, I'm praying that one day one of my music videos can end up on the VMAs, because I would probably piss myself the moment they say my name or say whoever artist wins that shit. I would probably
Hey,
faint.
you hear that? All
Directed.
up and coming artists, directors, producers. If it ain't VMA ready, if it ain't Grammy ready,
Don't
if
put
it ain't
it out.
Oscar ready, all of that.
They gotta be up.
That's it. It's a certain caliber. That's what you
Gotta
got to
be
shoot
up
for,
and then
because that's
stuck.
what everybody else shooting for. That's what the people out here doing it.
This-
That's at the top or that's rising to the top. That's what they shooting for.
You have to you have to set a standard. Like for myself, like I'm not limiting myself anymore. Like even last year, all I was doing, I was like, I questioned myself a lot. I was like, can I really do this? Can I really pull this off? This year, I'm not doing that. This year, I am not doing that. I'm having fun, and I'm just trying to make memories.
Hey, well, cheers to that.
Cheers to
And
that.
Listen,
I
think
see
we.
it. I see it.
You done said all you have to say, man. That was a mouthful and a half. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed, capturing it and creating it. Thank you again for coming out and sharing your time with us. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
The Herbal Tea Lounge, the first one of 2022.
Hey, directed by Chad Bailey, winning
Wow.
video of the year.
Wow.
Claim it.
And we're
You
going to
already
end
know.
it like we always like to end it.
With a puff.
Fettuccine with the team, we getting lit. Got it rolled up. Now who really trying to hit one? Puff, puff, then we pass. Then we pass. Then we pass. This is it. What? Fettuccine with the team, we getting lit. What? Got it rolled